Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight in celebration of CYC's 52nd Annual Gala. My name is Gia and I'm excited to be one of your hosts tonight. I'm a freshman attending Durgam Marshall High School and I'm part of the BYA program, which stands for Bayview Youth Advocates. As a BYA member, we develop leadership skills by organizing events and advocating for social justice in the Bayview, a neighborhood that I live in. And now I'd like for you all to meet my co-host.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Saeed, and I'm happy to be here as your co-host. I am 16, and I am a junior at Galileo High School, and I'm proudly part of the Bayview Youth Advocates program. At BYA, we host community events in the neighborhood and advocate for change with the issues important to us. This program is really special to me because I was born in Bayview and raised there. Tonight, the theme is Growing Stronger, Growing Together. We will celebrate all of our wonderful accomplishments this past year and how we achieved them with your support. Now, before we begin, please make sure that you get a chance to visit the Gala website and look at the auction items that many local businesses have generously donated. All items are available at the buy now price and with proceeds directly supporting CYC. At this point, I'd like to introduce you to our first guest. Please welcome CYC Board Chair Janry Mack.
The past 2 years have been challenging, but those challenges have brought us together and made us even stronger. Together, we have touched the lives of even more youth across the city. We've kept the community safe when it needed us and broke new ground delivering services online with masks and with creativity during the toughest months of the COVID crisis. And speaking of groundbreakings, this past year, I was honored to stand shovel in hand with our Executive Director, Sarah Wan, and our many supporters, including Mayor London Breed, Assembly Member Phil Ting, and former Supervisor Sandy Lee Fewer, as construction began on the new Richmond Community Hub. And just as we broke ground in the Richmond, we also opened doors in Chinatown with the reopening of our branch office at the Willie Woo Woo Wong Playground and in our community hub in the Ingleside. We have centers all across the city, but it's our youth and this community that keeps us centered, able to weather crisis, make new connections, bring big dreams to life, and learn from the creativity and joy of the youth we serve every day. I can't wait for you to meet them. Thank you so much for joining us, and please enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you so much to Janry Mack for all that you do. Now together, let's take a moment to look back at what defined a pivotal year for CYC.
This past year was one of hope, hardship, creativity, progress, and growth. Our youth grew stronger, our community grew stronger, and our commitment grew stronger. With your continued and generous support during this pivotal year, we have a lot to celebrate. As anti-Asian prejudice and violence rose during the COVID crisis, CYC continued to be at the forefront of keeping communities safe. Over the past year, our street outreach team made weekly rounds in diverse communities, including Visitation Valley, Portola, Tenderloin, Selma, Richmond, and Chinatown. We conducted trainings in personal safety and bystander intervention. We built alliances with other citywide partners to protect the API community against violence, racism, and xenophobia.
As a community outreach worker, I walked and outreached in different neighborhoods such as Selma or Saddle Market, Tenderloin, Chinatown, Richmond, and many other districts to personally check in with merchants, residents, community members, and CBOs. We also visit different middle schools and high schools to check in with the students and families. So we provide community empowerment training for everyone, from youth to families to seniors, where we teach them how to prevent themselves from becoming a victim in the streets and how to help someone who's in danger. Our topics include safety tips, where we remind them how to remain safe, whether they're at home, in their car, or traveling outside. So when outreaching to merchants, we want to get to know them, tell them about what we do for the community. We check in with them at least once a week, asking if they have experienced or heard of any crimes like vandalism, theft, or burglary. I think that what they value the most is not only we offer services and resources that they need at the moment, we also offer our presence as an ally to them and that we're always one call away.
CYC also directly supported victims of hate crime and violence. We worked closely with these victims and their families and assisted them with navigating the legal process, connecting them to government and mental health services, and providing financial support during the healing process. CYC also provides support to businesses that were vandalized to help with repair costs. The community also rallied and showed their support like never before. We are deeply thankful for this outpouring of generous support from the fundraisers and creativity behind them. The community raised funds, raised spirits, and grew stronger in a time of need. Virtual learning during the pandemic created undue hardships for families who couldn't afford computers or access to the internet. So, CYC teamed up with the city to open up 2 learning hubs at the Ingleside Library and Willy Woo Woo Wong Playground Clubhouse. CYC coordinated with school teachers and offered in-person classes that prevent the most at-risk youth from falling behind. The Chinatown Hub provided extended learning opportunities for underserved youth throughout the summer, including academics, sports, enrichment activities, and educational field trips to the Oakland Zoo, Academy of Sciences, and a pottery making class. After a long time during the shutdown going within, this past year was all about opening up. For CYC, this included the reopening of the Willy Woo Woo Wong Playground in the heart of Chinatown. Through the playground's clubhouse, CYC began offering senior tablet and smartphone classes, a recreational area for table tennis, programming space for youth development, and a meeting location for local organizations. CYC also expanded services in the Richmond district and opened the Richmond Service Hub on Clement Street. At this location, families and youth in Richmond can get information about housing and transportation, Medi-Cal and CalFresh and food stamp services, safety workshops, and technology training. This year, CYC will continue to expand with a new office in the Excelsior district to offer similar services to that neighborhood. Every year at this gala, we look back, and every day throughout the year, we look forward. With you, we are looking forward to all that's ahead as we continue to serve youth and families throughout the city, making impact on the streets, at schools, in homes, online, and through our offices every day. We welcome that future, and together we will keep looking forward.
Tonight, we are honoring some very special individuals who have shown passion, dedication, compassion, and leadership. Each year, the CYC staff nominates 4 individuals who exemplify the CYC core values for the Outstanding Youth Award, the Most Inspirational Alumnus Award, a Community Service Award, and the Most Motivational Parent Award. I'd like you to meet all of them.
My name is Whitney Liu. I am 17 years old and I am currently a senior at Lowell High School. I applied for CYC's YAWAVE program during my junior year of high school where everything was entirely virtual. I had to push myself to do a lot of uncomfortable things during YAWAVE because prior to YAWAVE, I had never taken up speaking opportunities. I had never even worked with a group before. So being able to articulate my ideas and contribute to a group setting was super new to me. But even so, I was able to push myself past the discomfort, whether it was trying to speak up in front of everybody in the YAWAVE space or in community events. The most memorable moment I had with CYC was when I was invited to facilitate a workshop for another CYC program. But during the workshop I had a fever, so I was really nervous, but I believed that I could do it well even given the circumstance, so I finished it. It means that my intention of doing what I do has been recognized. I've always just done things with a genuine and pure intent of just doing it for myself. and sometimes you can kind of avoid public recognition or anything like that, because in my mind the only thing I'm working towards is improving myself and hopefully guiding others along the way. But being able to be recognized to this extent means that I have a lot more to offer than I initially believed.
My name is Zoe Yi. I go to Abraham Lincoln High School. I'm 17 years old. So me and my friends co-founded Let's Create Change Club at our high school, and we were really motivated by the fact that we were receiving unsatisfactory results from similar adult-led clubs at school, and we just thought that implementing a youth-led kind of program at school and a youth-led club would bridge that kind of gap and satisfy those wants that were previously not met. And I think it's really important to highlight that we started this club during the pandemic, so that became a really big problem and was at the forefront of everybody's minds. So all these other problems that were occurring in this world were being overshadowed by the pandemic. So we really wanted to highlight those kind of problems and opportunities for students that didn't really have to do with the pandemic. And that's why we were so motivated to bring in Alliance for Smiles, so that we could create no-nos, which were arm splints for children recovering from cleft lip surgeries in third world countries. So we did that as a crafting activity during the pandemic. And right now we're engaging in a partnership with Gravity Water, and what they do is they implement clean water filtration systems at sister schools in other parts of the world. Being able to bring this project and being able to set up a donation page that is accessible by a QR code was really important to let students know at our school that they are capable of making a real impact. And for every $8 that are donated, a child gets clean water. And I just love seeing my students' faces when they realize that they're able to achieve this kind of change that they only see maybe like in the news. I'm grateful to have received this award.
I was a YCE Youth for Community Engagement member. We were doing a lot of different community service, and as time went on, I take on more responsibility role. I become a leader, and that's the first time getting involved in the program. And I think about right after I graduated from college, I was reached out by Kai Yi, who was the YCE coordinator at that time, who reached out to me, see if I'm interested in working in CYC as a YCE assistant program. And that is when I get to come back to CYC to working as a staff, to working with youth. When it comes to being a staff in CYC, I think what I enjoyed the most is one, seeing the youth that I was working with to achieve their highest potential, to kind of guide them to develop them to become a leader in the community. It means a lot to me to be selected as the most inspirational alum youth. I was shocked. It was surreal to me when I first heard about the news, but I'm really extremely honored to be selected this award in this year. It's even more meaningful to me because I know this year is the 50th year for YCE, so being a YCE youth alum and being selected as this award, it means a lot to me in terms of kind of tell others about all the work that I've done is pretty meaningful.
Đại家好，我係 Xiao Ying Shu。咁我咧係有兩個小朋友啦。咁個仔咧已經係14歲，讀緊 middle school。咁個女係7歲，讀緊係1年級。我哋係2014年係移民過嚟美國嘅，差唔多都8年啦。我認識 CYC 啊，大概係從個仔讀5年級嗰時候啦，咁就覺得佢學習上啊，或者係生活上都會有變曳咗。咁係朋友介紹我認識 CYC 嘅。我參加咗 CYC 之後咧，其實係好大嘅作用啦。例如我對屋企，即係我哋夫妻之間嘅關係啦，同埋小朋友嘅關係都有好大嘅受益啦。 譬如講，當我遇到係啲問題嗰時咧，我識得先冷靜一下，咁個自我檢討咗先。有時細路仔做錯咗嘢啦，或者係有咩問題嗰時咧，我都會企喺佢哋個角度去諗一諗。首先非常感謝 CYC 頒發呢個最勵志嗰個家長獎俾我先啦。咁佢哋對我嘅認可，咁我意義就非常之重大啦。即係起碼我都會認為自己係一個合格嘅父母啦。咁我會繼續努力成為一個優秀嘅家長。
Please give it up for all 4 winners. And that's not all. Tonight, we are also awarding our corporate and community partners for their generous support. This year, CYC would like to recognize and thank East West Bank as our corporate partner of the year. East West Bank has been a committed supporter of CYC's Youth for Community Engagement program, promoting volunteerism since 2016. Accepting the award on behalf of the East West Bank is Vice President and Business Relationship Manager and CYC Board Member, Mary Sui.
My name is Mary Tsui, VP and Business Relationship Manager of East West Bank. It is my honor to accept the CYC's Corporate Partner of the Year award on behalf of East West Bank. East West Bank was founded in 1973 to provide financial services to Asian Americans during a time when they were unable to open accounts or get loans from mainstream banks. Today, we are a full-service commercial bank with more than 120 locations in key cities in the US and China. East West Bank was named the #1 performing bank in the 50 billion and above assets category in 2021, and for having Best Board in Bank Directors 2022 Ranking Banking Study. The mission of supporting and uplifting underserved communities still hold true today for our bank and for our associates. Personally, CYC hold a very special place in my heart. When I was in high school, CYC helped place me in summer jobs through their job placement program. The experience that I've gained paved the way to where I am today. I have always wanted to contribute back to CYC. I have been a CYC board member for the past decades, reviewing financials, grants, fundraising efforts, annual events, and community programs, all of which I look forward to continue to do in the years to come. On behalf of East West Bank, thank you again, CYC, for the wonderful recognition.
Congratulations again to East West Bank. And now, for the last award of the night. Each year, CYC honors a community partner with whom they have a long-standing relationship with and have worked closely besides. This year, CYC would like to recognize Kaiser Permanente with the Community Partner of the Year award. Kaiser has been a long-time partner sponsoring community events and supporting youth programs with grants. On behalf of Kaiser Permanente, to accept the award is Senior Vice President and Area Manager, San Francisco Service Area, Tarek Salaway.
Hi everybody, my name is Tarek Salaway. I happen to be the Senior Vice President Area Manager for Kaiser Permanente here in San Francisco. It's my pleasure to speak to you today about the wonderful partnership we have and the tremendous respect and adoration we have for the Community Youth Center of San Francisco. I want to recall some important parts of what Community Youth Center is all about and what that means for Kaiser Permanente. We know the mission statement is one that's really admirable, which is to encourage high-need young people to explore their full potential through academic, career, family, and community life. The reason why this is so important for us at Kaiser Permanente, because Kaiser was founded on a commitment to our community, and we live to ensure the health and well-being of our community, and that's really part of our mission for the last 75 plus years. Also part of our mission has always been to address disparity, social injustice, and how that impacts people's health and well-being. We have been leaders when it comes to addressing the needs of communities of color all throughout our history. Certainly one of the first organizations and medical organizations in the Bay Area to have integrated wards, no matter what hue, color, sex, or race. And we've been one of the first organizations to really make that front and center in everything we do and how we make our decisions in delivering care to our community. So one of the areas that we've been really pleased to partner with Community Youth Center on has been the recent grant that Kaiser Permanente sponsored. And the grant was really focused on promoting multiracial, multicultural, cross-cultural solidarity and fostering healing among and between communities of color. So between the Asian Pacific Islander community, the Latinx community, the African American community across the city, and really understanding how trauma has impacted all our communities and our relationships with one another. So on behalf of the leadership of Kaiser Permanente, it is a privilege for me to say thank you. Thank you for recognizing us for the spirit of community partnership and the award you're bestowing upon us, which is really a testament of all our folks on the front lines at Kaiser Permanente.
The Flying Angels Chinese Dance Company has been entertaining audiences and communities throughout the Bay Area for over 30 years. They are a company of dancers who love to entertain, educate, and excite our audiences with their performances. Please welcome Flying Angels. We also want to thank all the sponsors and donors who have supported CYC with their generosity. We cannot thank each of you enough, as your support lets us continue to do the work we do in the community. We are especially grateful to have 4 title sponsors who stepped up with their giving. We'd like to thank the Jeremy Lin Foundation, Meta, Sioux Family Charitable Fund, and Virus Geeks for being the title sponsors. The first time ever that we've had 4 title sponsors for an event like this. Here are some words from them.
Hey CYC family and CYC supporters. It's a privilege for the Jeremy Lin Foundation to support and partner with the Community Youth Center. When we visited CYC Youth last spring, we were struck by the impact CYC was having in the community, from the in-person youth pods for the most vulnerable to the cross-racial street violence intervention programs to programs like Bayview Youth Advocates and everything that you guys are doing. Thank you CYC for the ways you wrap around for the vulnerable youth and families in our community. We celebrate CYC and its impact in developing the pipeline for empowered community leaders.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Frank Lee, and I am the CEO of Virus Geeks. I'm very happy to be a title sponsor of CYC's 52nd Annual Gala. COVID testing will continue to be vital in our communities, along with the other CDC guidelines. Like testing, CYC has been a constant force in Chinatown community, and I wish CYC continued success in all their endeavors. Have a great time tonight. I'll see you soon.
At this time, we'd also like to thank the rest of the event sponsors, starting with Platinum sponsors. First Republic Bank, Fong and Piero Marco Longo, Preferred Bank. Thank you to our Diamond sponsor, U.S. Trading Company. Thank you to our Emerald sponsors, AT&T, Bank of the Orient, Dr. Benjamin Lau, Chow Suet and Poon Foundation, Chinatown Community Development Center, East West Bank, Golden State Warriors, Hannah Leung Esquire, Irene Yi Riley, ISU Insurance, Japanese Community Youth Council, Radiant Construction, University of San Francisco Leo T. McCarthy Center for Public Service and the Common Good. Thank you, friends, sponsors. Thank you to our media sponsors, Singtao Daily and Skylink TV. And thank you to all the many donors who have generously supported the gala with donations, CYC staff fundraisers, and those who participated in the raffle drawing. Also, very big thank to you, CYC staff and board of directors who put in a lot of effort into fundraising. Together with our sponsors, donors, staff, and board, we've raised close to $200,000.
At this time, I am pleased to introduce someone who has been integral to CYC's success for over 24 years. You all know her well, and I couldn't be more proud to introduce CYC Executive Director Sarah Wang.
Thank you to all our donors and sponsors, and to all of you for making this such a special event, one that we'll treasure and remember in the year ahead. What I want to remember is the vitality of this community, and our belief in possibility, youth leadership, and multiracial advocacy and justice. We hope that those of you who have known us a long time and those who are new to CYC feel the inspiration and connection that all of us here at CYC feel every day. I want to thank our tireless and wonderful staff for their work tonight and over the past years. I want to thank our dedicated volunteers who embody our values and bring CYC to neighborhoods and doorsteps across the city. I want to thank our many community partners, the business, community-based organizations, and schools who partner with us to bring vital services to under-resourced youth. And I want to thank all of those who have come before us. CYC was born in crisis 52 years ago, during a time of turbulence and seemingly overwhelming problems. But from its earliest days, we have been optimistic, always believe in bright promise, and the fulfillment of promise. We take that heritage seriously, so that the youth you see before you today become adults who can live up to their fullest potential. And so that those of us who are older can also live up to our full potential as parents, donors, community leaders, and guides. We honor our youth so that we too stay youthful. We honor our ancestors so that we too carry on their legacy. We look forward to the year ahead and many more nights like this.
Well, this brings us to the end of the gala, and I just want to say how much fun I had tonight being your co-host. I wish everyone a pleasant evening, and before we end the show, here are some final words from my co-host.
We'd like to remind everyone to please visit CYC's Gala page to support CYC in any way that you can. All donations, no matter how big or small, will make a difference and are tax deductible. Each of the available silent auction items can be purchased at the buy now price. The silent auction will close this Sunday at midnight, and a staff member will follow up shortly with the winners. It was wonderful to be here with you tonight to celebrate the strength of our community and enjoy the connection that comes from being part of CYC. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next year.